Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I absolutely love Adele and her music, and her makeup is always absolutely gorgeous. And when the song Hello came out, I loved it. And when I saw her and her makeup on the cover of the album, I loved that as well. So for a while now, I've been thinking that look on the cover of Hello would be a great look to do a little tutorial on because it's just so gorgeous. It's soft but glamorous at the same time, and pretty wearable every day. It's a really nice neutral matte lip and just a soft shadow with a really defined crease. And that's pretty much it. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up down below. And if you haven't subscribed and like my videos and want to see more, please subscribe. So if you guys want to see how I achieve this Adele Hello inspired makeup look, then please continue watching. So my brows are already done and my eyes are primed. I'm just going to go in one more time with my Kat Von D Shade+Light Eye Palette, and I'm going to take the lightest color in here and just really set my lid and crease to make blending really easy. And I'm just like patting and sweeping it across the lid and crease just to really set everything, and it makes blending so much easier. So all the way like past my brow. Okay, so now that that's all nice and set and my lids are ready for shadow, I'm gonna go in with my first favorite transition color, and it is my MakeupGeek Beaches and Cream. And I'm using my Morphe M505 eyeshadow blending brush for this. And same thing as always, I'm just gonna begin to apply this into my crease to give just a nice defined lid and crease area. She's not really wearing a whole lot of eyeshadow. She just has a really nice defined crease and lid. So that's what I'm going for. Next, I'm going to be going in with Creme Brulee, also by MakeupGeek, and I'm just using that same brush that I used just now. And I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. I just am going to keep this color a little bit lower and closer to the crease, but still nice and blended. Blending everything up so it's nice and soft. Okay, so now that I'm done blending that second color, I'm just going to take that eyeshadow brush I used earlier that had that lighter color on it, and I'm just going to go underneath my brow a little bit and just clean up that shadow. Now I'm going to go in and darken up the crease just a little bit more, and for that I'm going to go back into my Kat Von D Shade+Light Eye Palette. And I think I'm going to be mixing two shades together. I kind of want to cool it off a little bit, but darken it. So I think I'm going to mix together this shade and this shade right here. So I want to keep this nice and low and really try to keep it tight but blended so it doesn't go too high. So just keeping that cool brown nice and low at first. I'm just really trying to deepen up that crease. So that's pretty much it now for the crease and the shadowing. I think I'm just going to clean it up one more time using that same brush and put just a little more of this light color on there just to give a nice brow highlight and blend everything out really well and just really soften up that shadow. Okay, so now that I've darkened up my crease and I have the depth that I want, now I really want to define it. So I was going to just go in with some white eyeshadow over my lid, but because I got a little messy with my crease, which is okay, I'm just going to clean it up a little bit and go in with my MAC Painter's Pot again, which I already used to set my lid, but I really want a nice defined crease. So I'm going to use my Morphe G20 brush. It's just like a nice small flat packing brush. I just really want to cut out that crease and give myself a nice sharp line and a good lighter base to put the white shadow on top of that I'm going to set it with. So I'm just going to start to cut that out. So now that that crease is nice and defined, and I kind of over-exaggerated it a little bit to give the illusion of a larger lid, before it starts drying on me, I'm going to go in and set it and then do the other one. I'm going to use this e.l.f. eyeshadow flat packing brush. And the lightest color in my Kat Von D eyeshadow palette, this is just a great matte white. And it's pretty pigmented, so you don't need a lot. I'm just going to go in and set that all and make everything really nice and bright. Okay, so both of my lids are done. My crease is nice and cut, and my lids are both set with a nice bright white. So now for the main focus of this look, it's the liner. So Adele has like a perfect black cat eye. and it like just graduates from teeny tiny in the corner and just kind of maintains the same perfect width all the way to the edge of the eye and then wings out slightly. And it is definitely the standout of this look. Hopefully today's a good eyeliner day for me, so everybody keep their fingers crossed, and I'm going to attempt to do most of this on camera. So I'm going to be using my favorite Almay Hypoallergenic Black Liquid Liner. And I always like to start kind of in the center of my eye and then build it out. And once there's not as much product on my applicator, then I go in and do that tiny, tiny line in the inner corner. So I just like to get that lash line really covered so there's no gaps or anything first, and just get that part of it down and then build out from there. Okay, so now that I have my lash line really coated in the liquid liner and I have that really thin part of it started at my inner corner, now I'm in a good spot, so I'm going to start to build it out. Okay, so I'm getting there. So far, so good. I'm about at the thickness I want. I just think I want it a little bit thicker and a little bit more uniform, so I'm going to go in a little bit more. All right, so now I have both of my lines down for the top of my eye, and now I just need to go in and finish the wing. So I'm going to start with the bottom line of the wing on both eyes just to try to keep them as symmetrical as possible. Now I'm wiping a lot of the product off of my applicator for this, just because if I don't, as soon as I touch this to my eye, a lot of product will spread out, and I really want this line to be nice and crisp. Basically, I like to start like where my lower lash line begins and go in the direction of how my lower lash line would travel if it were to continue up and out my face. Okay, I think that line's about big enough for now, so I'm going to go in and do the same thing on this side. So now the next step is to just go in and connect my top line to my wing and then fill in the center. Okay, so I think I'm finally done with my eyeliner. I definitely did do a little bit of a larger wing than Adele has in that look, but it's just what I like. She definitely has one going on, but it's just my thing. So you can do this or not do this, whatever, but I like a little wing. So now, just because I like to kind of get all of the black liquidy products, or as much as possible, over with before I put my face on, I'm just gonna throw on some mascara. I'm not going to be doing lashes today because in this look, Adele either isn't wearing lashes or she's wearing very, very subtle ones. So I'm just going to skip it all together. This way, like, the liner is really the focus. The lashes don't cover it up. I'm just going to be using my favorite Maybelline Great Lash Mascara in Blackest Black. And I'm going to coat, just for now, my top lashes in mascara. So now that my mascara is on, I'm done with the eyes for now. I'm going to go in and do my face. So I'm just priming my face to get a nice finish and lasting makeup, and I'm using my Smashbox Photofinish primer. Now that that primer is nice and absorbed into my skin, I'm going to put on foundation, and I'm using my favorite foundation, my Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. And I'm just applying this with my Morphe M439 buffing brush. Just blending it all out and onto my ears and down onto my neck a little bit, just so I match. Now I'm just going in with my Urban Decay Naked Concealer. I love this stuff, and I'm going to put it underneath my eyes, a little on the bridge of my nose, some on my forehead, and above my lip and on my chin. Basically just in the center of my face on all the high points that I want to look really nice and bright. I'm blending this all out just using a damp beauty blender. This is really my favorite way of blending out concealer, and the only way. I've been doing it for a while now. Now I need to set all that concealer so it doesn't crease on me, so I'm just using a blush brush from e.l.f. I'm going into my Kat Von D Shade+Light Palette and using this yellow banana powder color in the center, and I'm just going to use this to set below my eyes before it starts to crease on me. Now to set the rest of the concealer on my face, I'm just going to use this Maybelline Fit Me powder in shade 110. And I'm going to set the remaining parts of my face using my MAC Studio Fix in C3 and just a big powder brush. So mainly where the contours of my face are going to be. And now that everything is nice and set, it is time for a little contouring. I'm going to switch it up from what I normally use and go back to my Morphe M523 for this, just to create a little more of a precise line. And I'm going to first go in using my Shade+Light Palette again, and I'm going to mix together this middle color with this color on the left. I'm going to soften this up all a little using my Hoola bronzer and this fluffy e.l.f. complexion brush. Just going to blend that all out a little bit more. I'm going to take this fluffy eyeshadow brush from Flower and I'm going to contour my nose a little bit. Her contour goes from her eyebrow all the way down and kind of makes her nose in kind of like this hourglass shape. So I'm going to try to create something similar to that. So I'm going to start with the product right here just so it's not too heavy by my brow, and then just kind of work it up. Taking that powder brush with the lighter powder on it I used earlier, I'm just going to soften this up a little bit. Okay, so contouring is done. Now it's time for highlight, just using the Balm Mary Luminizer. I love this one. It's nice and gold and pretty. And just hitting the high points of my cheeks. I'm just using this e.l.f. stipple brush for this. Also taking a little e.l.f. pencil brush, I'm going to highlight my nose a little bit, just the tip. A little bit along the bridge. While I'm here, I'm also just going to pop a little underneath my eyebrow. I'm not going to go crazy on blush, but I am going to put a little bit on. I'm just going to use my favorite Wet n Wild apricot in the middle and my favorite e.l.f. blush brush. So that's pretty much it for the face. So now I'm going to go back in and finish my eyes. I'm not going to do a whole lot on my lower lash line, but I am going to smoke it out a tiny bit and definitely add some mascara. I'm going into my Kat Von D Shade+Light Eye Palette again, and I'm going to take this top center color on a Morphe M508 smudging brush, and I'm just going to smudge this out below my lash line. And I'm just going to go in with another e.l.f. pencil brush and take this brown color over here on the left and just smudge that out a little bit more. I am also going to kind of just tightline my lower lash line using this darker gray brown color and my Morphe B75 flat liner brush. I don't think Adele has anything on her lower waterline, but I like to always put something there, so I'm just going to go with this nude pencil from Rimmel. And I'm going to take my Mary Luminizer and just pop a little bit outside my tear duct. Okay, so now the last step to this eye look is just some mascara on the lower lash line. So I'm going to do that using the same Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. Alright, so my bottom lashes are coated in mascara and this eye look is complete and the makeup is almost complete. So before I do lips, I'm going to set everything. I'm going to use my e.l.f. setting spray today. If I were going out tonight, I'd probably use my Urban Decay one, but I'm not, and I don't want to waste that stuff because it's not cheap. So I'm just going to spray that all over. Okay, so before I finish with lips, I'm just going to go change and zhuzh up my hair a little bit for the final look, so I'll be right back. A sweater that's very similar to the one that Adele is wearing in the picture of this look. So now the last step of this look is lips. So I have two different pictures of Adele's Hello look. One is in color, one is in black and white, and if all goes well, they will be on the screen right now. So in the color one, she looks like her lips have a little gloss to them. In the black and white, it looks matte. since I just did that Khloe Kardashian look with a super glossy lip, I'm just going to go with a matte one today. So for a liner, I'm going to use my MAC liner in Spice. Normally I like to do kind of a flat upper lip look, but since this is an Adele look and she has that like extreme kind of almost point going on, I'm going to go for more of that look today. For lipstick, I'm going to be using my ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip Color in Beeper. Okay, so lips are dry, and that is it for this Adele Hello inspired look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. This is pretty similar to what I wear on the daily, so it wasn't like super out of my comfort zone or anything. It was still fun to do and fun to really, well, it was a challenge to really try to create like a almost perfect liner. I love Adele's makeup all the time. She's always so glamorous and so beautiful, and I hope I did her look justice. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this little video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.